What's up, football fans? I'm Emery Hunt, the czar of the playbook, and don't forget to check out and grab your copy of our two latest book releases, Football: A Love Story and What Did Football Teach Me? Visit our website at footballgameplan.com/books and get your copies today.
Starting with the Giants in this ball game, the pressure has to come from within. When you're facing a mobile quarterback like Tyrod Taylor, that A and B gap pressure is going to be key. You play contain on the outside. That way you keep him bottled up tackle to tackle. And matching up with the nickel personnel versus Buffalo's offense is also going to be key. I remember the Giants used to be one of the first teams to run that big nickel look with those three safeties. Now, they don't have the personnel this time around to go three safeties, but I do think they have enough personnel to get creative in putting an extra speed guy on the field to help compete with Buffalo's offense. And the biggest matchup for the Giants, I think, offensively, will be between offensive coordinator Ben McAdoo and defensive coordinator of the Buffalo Bills, Dennis Thurman. They're going to have to match wits throughout the course of the game, and if McAdoo can stay a step ahead of Thurman, the Giants could definitely win this one on the road. For the Buffalo Bills in this ball game, you want to get Prince Amukamara to open his hips. As good as he's been playing the last two seasons, I think he is still susceptible to double moves and get stuck in transition. I think that's where they can generate a big play down the field in the passing game. And I would also try to isolate Landon Collins, the rookie safety, in coverage. He's a tremendous player. He can be had because he's still looking in the backfield a little bit too long. I think that's where they can generate, again, a big play down the field throwing the football. And the biggest matchup they're going to have to win, or the biggest matchup I'm interested in seeing, is Stephon Gilmore, their number one corner, going against Odell Beckham. That's a battle Gilmore will have to win, force Eli Manning to go to other targets consistently throughout the ball game.
This week versus the New York Giants is going to be important for the Buffalo Bills to excel in the red zone. I'm going to show you how they can do so, utilizing or taking advantage of Tyrod Taylor's athleticism and also taking advantage of Percy Harvin's ability to do damage after the catch. Showing you what we're talking about here, we put Percy Harvin tight to the line of scrimmage, and what we're going to do with Tyrod Taylor, we're going to run a small little zone fake backside, and we're going to boot him out. He's going to be the third option on this play because, again, he has the athleticism. If he sees no one is open, he's going to take off and run. So what we're doing backside, we're going to have this guy occupy the safety. Outside receiver's going across the middle of the field. Only if he has time. And this is if everything is blocked perfectly, you can go and look backside to the streaking post that's heading toward the goal post. But what we're doing front side is where we want to go. We want to get the football to Percy Harvin really quick. So what we're doing with the outside receiver and spacing is important. You want him to be right there inside the hash, and you want him to be outside the numbers. So that's the spacing you want, because again, it's going to make this an easy play for Tyrod Taylor and this passing play that we're drawing up inside the red zone. So you want to break him up into the corner. So you want to pull this corner and hopefully pull the safety, because what you're doing, once you show the zone fake, Harvin is going in, and we call this a whip route, whipping right back out, easy dump off right here, and now he catches the football in space, and he can make one miss and get a big gain. But this is the type of play you want to run inside the red zone. You know the Giants will be extra aggressive once they get inside the 20, inside the 25-yard line. You have a guy with athleticism at quarterback. You also have a dynamic playmaker in Percy Harvin that you can get the football to quickly, and he can definitely do damage once he has the football in his hands.
Opening up the Giants playbook, and you see how they have the ability and the personnel to go spread. And I think that's how they can attack this Buffalo Bills defense. Last week versus the Redskins, a 3-4 defense, they did the same things. They kept both the tight end and the running back in on a delayed protection call. Checked first before releasing out in the pattern, but they gave the Giants the opportunity to go deep down the field. And I know they have the personnel with Ruben Randall. Dwayne Harris is a pretty good player, and you may have heard of this guy out there named Odell Beckham. So if Buffalo wants to take away Odell Beckham or try to bracket him, the Giants can spread that defense out and attack with guys like Randall and also Harris. So I think this is one way the Giants can not only get the passing game going, but also weaken the pressure coming from the Buffalo Bills.
So we have the Giants at the Bills, my X factor for the Giants is that offensive line. Justin Pugh, Eric Flowers in the game, they're going to have their hands full against Marcel Darius, Jerry Hughes, and Mario Williams. That is one of the best defensive fronts. So they're really going to have to keep Eli Manning upright, allow him to deliver the ball to his playmakers, such as Odell Beckham, give them the opportunity to catch the ball and turn upfield and get yards. That's really the recipe. They're not going to be able to run the ball against this Bills defense. So have to keep Eli upright, give him time. As far as the Bills are concerned, LaShawn McCoy is likely to rest this game, so that would make my X factor Carlos Williams. Why? Because Greg Roman is a guy that always likes to establish running the football. They typically run the pass. This is a team that's averaging 152 yards rushing per game. That's something that they could do really well. Carlos Williams coming off a really good game, so he will be my X factor for the Bills in this game. I do have the Bills winning this game 28-24.
If I'm the Giants, I have to look to establish the run game and allow Eli Manning to be best at what he does, which is play action pass over the top to Odell Beckham Jr. I think if they do that, they'll have a lot better chance of success, especially with the return of Victor Cruz and being able to have another weapon for Eli to take advantage of. If I'm Buffalo, the word has to be defense, defense, defense. Attack that offense of the Giants. Make Eli Manning the focal point. And if Eli Manning becomes the focal point, we all know that bad Eli can throw you 3 or 4 interceptions in a game. I think that's the recipe for success for Buffalo, mixed with that offense that's been doing admirable work over the last few weeks. I like Buffalo to win this game 28-10.
As far as a start for the Bills, I'm going with Tyrod Taylor. It's not an anomaly. It's not a joke. It's not just some sort of splash in the pan. He's doing a great job playing quarterback. That mobility matched with the fact that he's finding his open receivers is great this year, and he should be started until otherwise notified. As far as the sit, Sammy Watkins. I know you drafted him high, but if you have a better option, go with it. They're just not gelling with him and the injuries he's had so far this year. As far as a start for the New York Giants, Odell Beckham. Until we figure out that Odell Beckham is not getting the ball, we have to keep starting because he gets the ball, he gets targets. As far as a sit, Rashad Jennings. Lacks explosiveness, also lacks the goal line carries because of what he did in week 1, so he's not going to get you that value. Here's a sneaky start for you if you're in a deep league, Carlos Williams. He's a guy who will get goal line carries, and he's the only guy in the league who scored a touchdown in each of the first 3 weeks. Final score here, I think the Bills pull this one out in a pretty high-scoring game, 31-27.
I like the Bills in this ball game. They're a well-balanced football team on both sides of the ball. They can run the football well. They're efficient in the passing game, take timely shots deep down the field. Defensively, they can stop the run. They can get after the quarterback, and they also force turnovers, all of which I think will contribute to a Bills victory over the Giants. Let's recap our picks. We're all on the same page, taking Buffalo in this ball game, but the Giants do have a lot of matchup opportunities that they can take advantage of. We also want to give a huge shout out to Bill fan forums and Giant fan forums for always showing football game plan support.